Hi guys, welcome to the Sports Bet Daily Show. It's Wednesday and it's the day when Craig Edwards, ex-snooker player, professional tipster from golf and snooker, is coming on our show to deliver his best bets from golf this week. We don't have snooker because the international championship is underway, and but he had some great tips also last week for that, some great outrights, some great value bets from the first round and second round. But today we are talking Northern Trust Golf, a competition, an interesting competition, because as Craig said in his preview here, 125 top 125 players in the PGA Tour are competing for points, most of all, because next week we have the BMW Championship with 70 players, with the top 70 players. So it's very important for all the 125 players to do a good job here and to qualify for the BMW Championship next week. Welcome to the show, Craig. And how was your weekend? How was your snooker and your golf week last week?
It was a bit of a rough one last week, across the board, really. We still got Gary Wilson in the snooker. He's playing in the quarterfinals tomorrow against Matt Selby. We tipped him at 80-1. I think he could beat Selby. I'm very worried that Judd Trump's going to meet him in the semi-final. And when I tipped him, I was taking the view that Judd Trump had been partying in Vegas and he won't be playing him in the semi. So, but you never know. He's there and he's fighting. The golf, I'll tell you what happened on the golf. We nearly had we had Ryan Armour was playing for a top 20 finish. I think we had him at 7.5. And before the final round, you could lay him at 20-1 on for a top 20 place. They were betting him at 20-1 on, 1-20. And he proceeded to have a nightmare round. He was 4 over after about 12, and then he went double eagle to get back in the top 20, double eagle to get a hopes up, and then on the last hole he bogeyed again. So it was a roller coaster that ended in a crash, really. So on to this week. It was, that sort of thing happens with betting.
Yeah, don't worry, you will get them back this week after a long period of time with winners after winners after winners with huge odds. It happens, of course, to have a bad week. It's absolutely normal. I wish that you have 3 weeks and one bet in 1 month. That will give us a lot of money in our pockets every month. But I tell you what, next week you will have a surprise. It will be another host on the show. It's a huge surprise that we are preparing. A guy that you already know, but I will not spoil the secret here. So today we are talking Northern Trust. This is the last time me and Craig are filming together. So let's make the best of it. I see that you're a little bit cautious on the side markets. I see odds of 2.37, 2.3, which is not the ones that I'm expecting from you week in and week out, So why is that? Why you're a little bit cautious? Because of the bad week last week, or in general because you think that there is great value on some of the players to get something out of this side market odds?
I've just done it to balance my range, really, Alex. And we've got Webb Simpson to be in the top 20 at 11-8. I think it's 2.3 actually now, and he's a banker in this series every year. He played well last week. He picks up the money, he likes banking the checks, and yes, it's a safe side to bet, but we have also backed him each way in the other market as well. So we've kind of gone in quite heavy with him. So he's quite short because he's only 25-1. The other guy, Jason Kokrak, I nearly went for top 20. But his consistency is so sublime on the PGA Tour that I don't think you can kick him out of the top 30. So I've actually taken top 40. Is it top 40 or top 30? And I think he's got like a 66% strike rate of hitting it. The last time the tournament was held at this course, so it's been a few years. It used to be the Barclays, and he did finish in the top 10 when he wasn't as an accomplished player as he is now. So that really is a banker. I like Jason Kokrak. I've taken the easy way with him. Then we've got Nick Watney.
I love being cautious and going with top 40. It offers you huge value on a top 40 finish. 2.37 for a top 40 looks like a great set of odds there. But I remember talking last week with you. I don't remember exactly the player, but you had him to win the tournament each way. And I said to you, here is the value on him on finishing top 10. Did he finish in top 10? I don't remember who we talked about.
Who did we talk about, Alex?
I don't.
Well, I had a bad week, so he could easily finish in top 10. I mean, I got most things wrong last week, so it's possible. I can't think who it was now. But yeah, I've taken that view because we have actually got a couple of big outsiders in the side markets I really like this week. So the top American, Jim Furyk, he's been playing well all season. I just know this test is going to suit. It's not fiddly, but what it is, you need to strategically get your irons on the right part of the greens. And 27th in St Jude after the British Open. It's just a perfect test for him. And the beauty of this is we're backing Jim Furyk at 80-1 top American, and he doesn't have to win the tournament to win the market. We actually won on him earlier in the year in a similar event, the Players' Championship, at 90-1. The same bet it was. And because Rory McIlroy won the tournament, Jim Furyk finished second, but we had a 90-1 winner. So if a non-American wins a tournament, we will be sat in a nice position. That said, the Americans are strong.
Plus, it's each way. So even if he comes second or third in that top American, we will get our part of profit, I believe, because each way he's
5
at
places,
80-1.
Yeah, that's it. And so, in theory, you could have a situation where the top 10 have 5 overseas players, and Jim Furyk could be in the top 10 then, and he would place in that market, which would be 20-1, his fraction of the place. So, yeah, that's very good. And he's such a consistent player that if he gets off to a good start, he'll linger about the leaderboard. And I like him over the years. I've been backing him best part of 30 years. And you won't go poor backing Jim Furyk. That is one golden rule of golf betting. And when he turns 50 on the Seniors Tour, if he's fit, then Bernard Langer will be in for a run for his money. So I like him. And then the other big price I want to put up in the side market this week was Corey Connors, a Canadian. And on the PGA Tour stats, in previous years here, the stat of shots gained tee to green seemed to be prevalent. Now this is his course debut, and his strength is hitting quite long off the tee, keeping it nicely in play, and then putting it in a nice part of the green. He won the Valero Texas Open earlier in the year after Monday qualifying. He Monday qualified. He travelled up from Costa Rica to Monday qualify. He had a 5-player playoff. He won the 5-player playoff, and then he won the tournament. Would you believe? And
wow.
And now he's on the main tour. And the last 2 weeks have been the first signs of form since the week after that. He played in the Masters, played well, got in the Masters, and then he's lost his form a bit, probably spending his money and what have you. And just the last 2 weeks, his position's come back again, and he looks to be very close. So in the top rest of the world market, he's been as high as 40-1. I think you'll still get 28-1 quite easily. That's 4 places as well. And so I've gone for 2 big outsiders on the side markets, two bankers, and then just Nick Watney in the middle at 7.5 for a top 20 finish. I did mention you could think of Nick Watney for top American as well if you wanted to. He has great course form. He's won this event once before at a different course. And he's a bit erratic nowadays, but if he's going to play well anywhere, it will be here. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a different perm of selections this week on my place markets, but that's primarily because I
really
like the big price
that,
ones.
This new style. I really like this new style of giving out the predictions. Top 20, top 40. I think that there are multiple choices that you can take on this top 20, top 40, and to be in for profit. But who do you think that will win this tournament this week?
Right. Well, the course hosted the President's Cup 2017, and America destroyed the internationals. The internationals might as well not even turned up. There's only one player for the international team that actually won any points worth of note, and that was Louis Oosthuizen, South African. And so I've sided with him as my outsider this week in the outright market because I believe he'll like the course. He's been playing, he's always consistent, and you know, a lot of the firms are betting 8 places this week, so it's a nice spot in each way bet of 50, 66 to 1 some places. And
yeah,
will he win the tournament? I'm a bit ropey about that, but I do think there's every chance he'll finish in the top 5, 6, 7 or 8. So that's a nice profit. But to win the tournament, I really like Patrick Cantlay, a guy we backed in the Memorial, and
yes, I remember.
He plays a light schedule. He's the next best thing in golf, or he looks like it, and he's playing a light schedule. He's looking after himself, and he comes here. Last played in the Open, played well, and again, this is his debut here, so I'm going from the statistics, and he's always in the top 3 or 4 of shots gained tee to green, and I believe that at his price in the 20s each way, he's always seems to be in the top 10 or 15 players, often in the top 5 or 6. So it's a real sporting each way bet, and he can win if he gets it. I would fancy him to win in contention a little bit more than Oosthuizen. So I like him. He's probably my favourite pick at the prices. I've put in Webb Simpson because he's just a banker. You can't see him being anywhere but hanging around the leaderboard, and he'll pick up place money, and he's due to win. He won the Players' Championship last year. He plays well if the course is quite a tough test. So he needs a tough test. He doesn't need a putting competition, and this would be right up his street. We do have to respect Brooks Koepka, who won in St Jude 2 weeks ago. I know he's rattled everyone's cages because he says he doesn't practice between tournaments, and people have got a bit bent out of shape about that, but I think he's doing the right thing. He needs to pace himself. He's such a talent, and the practice is always done at home beforehand. And but now he's based his schedule around the majors, but you've got a situation now where it's not till next April again, so straight after the Open, he wins a normal tournament, the St Jude, because maybe he's actually trying for once, because normally he's just honing his game and what have you. And he may want to finish this FedEx Series strongly. He played well for the Americans in the President Cup as well, Alex, very well. So he's a very solid favourite this week.
That's brilliant, but I see you're staying away from Tiger Woods, betting on him. Yes, I understand he's difficult to read right now, but does he have any chances maybe for a top 10 finish? I know that there is no value on that top 10 finish for sure on Tiger Woods, because the bookies, I don't know what is happening with them, but I really don't understand the odds compiling on Tiger Woods week in and week out when he's playing. But yeah, you stayed away. Why is that?
Well, it's good to see him teeing it up. I mean, I will be honest with you. When I watched him in the British Open last time he played, and he was walking gingerly with his back, and I know the weather conditions, it's howling with rain, wind and rain in Ireland, which is not nice. And he came out the second day. I was surprised he didn't withdraw after the opening round to protect his back injury. And I wondered the second day what he was thinking. There was part of me who was half expecting him to retire from the sport because I think this back injury is creating havoc for him. He's probably in a situation where he's barely fit. He's not able to practice, so probably his short game is starting to suffer now, and he's having to basically start on the Thursday to see how his back feels, and then just build it up little by little. I mean, make no mistake, if Tiger Woods is in the mix on the Sunday, he may well still win because all the other players will be frightened, and he's still got that aura, but you would expect that these last few months since the Masters, he has hardly practiced the way he has played the tournaments, and so I'm happy to see him playing, but I am thinking that the minute he gets a twinge off his back, he will go away then until next year at Torrey Pines and come back Torrey Pines and the Masters. He's got to be so careful. I mean, I fear for him. I do fear for him. I'll tell you. I mean, he's got great course form here. The 2 times he's been here, he's been second. He's got great course form next week. So if he is fit and plays his way into 4 rounds this week, he'll be better for it and he'll play well next week. He may well be a better bet next week if you can think that he's fit. But it's difficult for us to know, Alex. It really is. I mean, the only way for people to bet Tiger Woods is to watch him on the opening 2 days and to see his body language, see how he's feeling, and because we're all in the dark.
So basically, you're trying to see how he will compete this week, and he might be on your list on the BMW Championship next week, right?
With 4 solid rounds this week, if they offered the same 25, 28 to 1 next week, and he had 4 solid rounds, middle of the field this week, I'd be interested next week because he's actually won the last 2 times at the course next week in the PGA Championships in '99 and '06. Okay. So he's wanting to play. I think he wants to play this series. So we're going to learn a lot this week if he's fit enough, really. But it's good that he's trying. I can see he's trying, and it's just I feel for him, really.
Yeah, actually, everybody feels for him. Anyway, top tip banker of the week, as we are saying here at Sportsbet Daily, I think that is Webb Simpson, top 20 at 2.3.
Yeah, that'll do, Alex. That'll do nicely. Anyway, and Jason Kokrak is a real solid bet for all the place markets. Anything from top 10, top 20 downwards, really solid bet as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Craig. Happy to have you on the show week in and week out. Your knowledge is unbelievable, and I will see you. I don't know. I will see you around next week. We will not meet, but anyway, we are talking on Twitter. We are talking on Skype, the 2 of us, and we will see how we will do another show in the future. Thank you once again for joining us, and best of luck with your bets this week.